Jim Stevens and Brad Anderson with you, just following the end of the 2009 Tornado World Championships here in Grapevine, Texas. And what a week it has been for the sport of foosball. One great story after another. I know we're tired. These players have got to be exhausted. Great performances all weekend long in what has turned out to be a really great tournament here in Grapevine.
Oh, it's been a great come back to Dallas after a few years off. It almost feels like coming back home down here. And you're right, it's been a great tournament. We've seen some interesting stuff. Let me put it that way.
We really have. In the open doubles event, an event that ended earlier, Colin Lafredo pulled it out. But several interesting storylines. Dave Gummison and Tracy McMillan, only a 9th place finish, being put into the loser's side by the Sprademan family. Tony and Bud playing together, an eventual 5th place finish for those two, and that was a great story throughout the weekend. Everyone was rooting for the Sprademans to do well, and they did. Eventually, Dave and Tracy were put out by Ryan Moore and Robert Mares, who ran into a buzzsaw both Saturday night and then late last night as well, when Tommy Atkinson and his partner Richard White stormed their way to victories in the winner's bracket and then in the loser's bracket with the very vocal Tommy Atkinson.
He was thundering at the table. When they would score, I mean, Tommy would let out a yell, and everybody in the ballroom knew Tommy Atkinson was playing on table number 1. But it was just an amazing performance, and it was really, again, watching Tommy work an opponent just with his, I wouldn't say intimidation, but it's just he tries to get in the head, and he's the best at it. He's the master.
Certainly can be intimidating to the players down there, and a little bit to you, I noticed, as well as it was going along. Billy Pappas and Fernando De Rosa playing together. Some people had their doubts. They shouldn't. That was a great team. Both players played extraordinary foosball in the forward and the goalie position. Surprising, Fernando De Rosa, we know he's a great player. We know he's talented. Didn't know he was such a good goalie.
Oh, he played great. We assumed that Fernando was going to be playing forward most of the tournament, and turned out that he a couple of times had to jump in the back and ended up staying back there. They had some success, and he played great. He defended well. He cleared well. So all around great performance.
When talking about the greatest teams in the sport of foosball, one name comes to mind, of course. It's Frederick Collignon and Todd Lafredo, who won their 9th Tornado World Championship in the last 12 years, 12th overall World Championship counting other tables, and just another signature performance of near perfection from that team.
Talking about Todd Lafredo just quickly in singles, and I mentioned during the Fooscast, Todd actually being the bit of a giant killer in singles. He took down Ryan Moore in a close match. A couple other matches that Todd hasn't had a great deal of success in World Championship singles. Took down Tony Sprademan. So it was a great weekend for Todd Lafredo in singles.
It was, and as we move to the singles event, we'll talk a little bit about Dave Gummison, who kind of surprised people with his 3rd place finish. And with that, he does qualify to compete in France. But Dave has focused so much on doubles the last few years that singles has become almost an afterthought for him, but not this weekend. Dave was great.
Not. Well, again, a 3rd place finish, and in fact, he was up in the booth talking with us, and we had to remind him that he had qualified to go to France and play in the World Championship, and he was very happy to be reminded of that. But really a great performance by Dave again.
Well, and Frederick Collignon was reminded early in this event that he was human, as Mario Aragonello defeated him in the 2nd round, and afterwards Mario broke down his defensive strategy in taking down the great Belgian.
On the 3-row, I was just trying to stay as smooth as possible, trying to not give him too many holes. And I was just trying to take away his pull side mostly because I know it's so good. It was still difficult to do it. He was still going around me. I don't know how. It was just it's quite impressive. He's a very good player.
However, Collignon came all the way back to reach the finals. Won the first 3 games in the opening set. Won the first game of the 2nd set. 4 straight games. It appears as though he was going to steamroll Billy Pappas. But Pappas came back, won 3 of the next 4 in a brilliant performance to win the World Championship on the Tornado table. A chance for Billy Pappas to win the Open Singles World Championship. Stokes it down the middle.
Billy Pappas started out that match very tentative, very slow, almost, again, playing not to lose instead of playing to win. First set, 3 games, it looked like, again, Fred was going to roll him over. Boy, all of a sudden in the middle of that, Billy picked up the defense on the 5 bar.
That was the key.
Played good defense in goal, finally found his stroke up on the 3-rod and it pulled it out. An exciting
Really
win by Billy
was
Pappas.
Really a great match.
I actually feel like I took a beating by Fred. He killed me the first 4 games, and I really wasn't even in the match. And then I just decided to fight and make up for my bad play. My stick pass actually started working at the end, and I guess I scored okay at the end. The last game, my 5-bar D was good. So.
Meanwhile, Dave Gummison and his partner Tommy Bagley won the mixed doubles title in an exciting final
over Terry and Keisha Rue.
Dave Gummison and Tommy Bagley. Liz Hill, who for probably 15 years from the late 80s through the early 2000s was one of the great lady players of all time, but only won 1 world championship, and that was in mixed doubles with Frederic Collignon. Wins the women's singles title here this weekend, coming back to the tour after a 6-year absence, and takes home the world singles title. What a performance by Liz.
Yeah, well, and she beat Stacy Fowler in the finals, and Stacy is an absolutely tremendous player. She's got a world title of her own. Again, a great performance by Liz. It's sad to see, and good to see her back.
And let's not forget about women's doubles, another great story, as Jan Maynard, maybe about a year and a half after a very severe motorcycle accident where she nearly died, has come back and played fantastic foosball. Her pull shot looked great, and she and partner Joy Stewart defeated Kathy Atkinson and Keisha Rue in the women's doubles final, and what a story, and those girls were excited.
Yeah, again, talk about Jan's accident. Again, I mean, really lucky to be with us. I can't imagine how special it is for her to win that.
The annual USDSA Player Awards were also handed out in Dallas, with Tracy McMillan winning Male Goalie and Sportsman of the Year, Shelley Langley Top Lady Goalie, and Stacy Fowler Top Forward. Tony Sprademan won Forward of the Year and Player of the Year. Dusty Babinick was Sportswoman, Adrian Zamora Top Official, and Amy Eckhart was Most Improved. And Team USA defeated Canada for the Nations Cup, another great performance from this special group of individuals. The whole weekend's been special, great performances. It's great always seeing the people. It was great returning to the state of Texas, site of so much history. I know Brad and I had a great time. I know the rest of the crowd did as well, as the 2009 World Championships have now come to an end, and it was really quite a week. A week filled with high drama, great performances, and memories that will last a lifetime. Reporting from Dallas, Texas, for InsideFoos Productions and Mr. Brad Anderson, I'm Jim Stevens. Get all the excitement of World Championship DVDs, 10 hours, 5 discs at InsideFoos.com. Subscribe to the InsideFoos newsletter by sending an email to info@InsideFoos.com. See the world's best attachable table light at www.fooslight.com. And for parts, tables, and all things foosball, visit tornadofoosball.com. Don't forget to join us for our next Pro Tour webcast as InsideFoos Productions and NetFoos.tv continue to cover the professional foosball tour.